This is Saints 4 Takeaways, sponsored by Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the Saints.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rock Bottom. This is as bad as it gets. On Thursday night, in front of a national TV audience, the Saints were flat out terrible, and it felt like a continuation of the Bucs game, except worse. For the second week in a row, the effort of his team came into question, although Dennis Allen emphatically denies that that's a problem. Certainly injuries played a role, but let's get back to that in a minute. One of the biggest problems in this losing streak, the Saints are just weak up front. They have absolutely been blown off the ball, and injuries have not really killed the Saints defense. They're giving up the most yards per carry in the NFL. The Broncos ran continuously right at the Saints for 225 yards. Remember, the Bucs rushed for 277. Throw everything else out. You will never win giving up that many rushing yards. In fact, you will get blown out. This is a problem Dennis Allen said he did not anticipate having, but he's got it now, and this is what he has to fix first if the Saints are going to have any chance of turning things around. All right, I'm going to call a timeout at number 3 here just to say thank you to Sean Payton. On behalf of my generation of New Orleanians, this is me. I think that's in second grade in New Orleans East. My dad, Jerry Mouton, was an original Saints season ticket holder. In 1973, this guy couldn't wait for the Saints season opener. Filled with hope, this guy showed up to see his Saints take on the Atlanta Falcons. The Moutons rarely left a Saints game early, but on this day, we left Tulane Stadium with the Saints trailing 48-7. Walking to the car, I remember I heard someone's car radio and the Falcons scored again. After we got in the station wagon, they scored one more time. The Saints lost the 1973 season opener with this guy in the stands, 62-7. Try having hope after that. The first 39 seasons of Saints football, they won exactly one playoff game, and then this guy arrived in the aftermath of Katrina. 4 years later, the Saints won a Super Bowl, which this guy never thought he'd see. And no matter where you were when it happened, New Orleanians of my generation broke down and cried. I know I did, and you know what? My dad got to see it too. So thank you, Sean Payton. We will never forget that. At number 2, sure, the injuries are real on offense. Preseason, these are the Saints' 7 best offensive players. Of these 7, 6 did not play Thursday night against the Broncos. Spencer Rattler wasn't good. His 2 turnovers were terrible, but you really can't blame Rattler. He did not have an NFL quality offensive line or NFL quality wide receivers. The injuries hit where the Saints had no depth, and that's bad luck. But also, the lack of depth is sort of their own fault. The past 5 years in the NFL draft, the Saints have traded away 9 more picks than they've acquired. For instance, they traded 3 picks to get 1 when they moved up to draft Kool-Aid McKinstry. They traded 4 picks to get 1 to take Adam Troutman. Those 9 picks could have added some offensive depth. Now, the Saints do have depth on defense. Peyton Turner is the Saints' 4th defensive end, and he's a first-round draft pick, but not on offense. The 3rd most targeted wide receiver is an undrafted rookie, and this season, the Saints chose not to spend much money or add many bodies in free agency. Long term, maybe that was the right move, but short term, the gap between starter and backup is enormous, and it shows. And the season remains on the brink as the Saints head to LA to play the Chargers, who run the ball more than 30 times a game. Getting healthier seems like the only hope with 11 games to go, and it's not over yet. But the brass band is tuning up right now for the jazz funeral that seems inevitable. And that's my 4 takeaways from the horrible Thursday night against the Broncos.